It's Time to Dance by Julie Meyer. Julie Meyer has been a worship leader at the International House of Prayer, Kansas City, since 1999. The Lord came to me and said, "I want you to meet my friends." I was really excited, thinking I was on a journey to meet Isaiah, Jeremiah, Peter, Zechariah, or Moses. He took me by the hand, and we started to fly around in the sky, kind of like a cartoon loop-de-loop. I was not scared, even though I was extremely high above the ground. We were just flying around, and I could feel the breeze on my face. I could feel his hand holding my hand, and I was so high off the ground and loved feeling the wind in my face. But all of a sudden, I saw his face change. He set his face intently on the earth, and we started to head directly to the ground. I looked at him. I looked at his face, and I could see in his eyes and in his face a determination. Isaiah 57, "Therefore I have set my face like flint." I kept thinking, we would surely not hit the ground. But I looked at his face, and it was set. And I felt this horrible dread come upon me, even though I was holding his hand. We were flying very fast in a head dive toward the ground, and he was not looking like he was going to turn around. All of a sudden, we exploded right through the ground. I felt the pound on my head. It was like watching an action movie. I could hear the sound of the earth exploding around us, like the sound of standing right beside a rocket ship as it blasts off into space. It was deafening. We were traveling right through the earth, and the Lord's face never turned to the left or the right. It was set straight ahead. I could see with my eyes every moment of coming near the earth, hitting the ground and blasting right through it. I could see the earth, the rock, the water, a burning fire, and I could feel the very tearing and burning of my skin. It was like my skin was really feeling the rock and the earth tear it right off. I could feel horrible pain in this dream. All of a sudden, we came to the other side and burst right through the earth. I stood there, and I looked down at my body, and it was all torn. My skin was torn, and I could feel pain. But it was not about me. And Jesus looked right at me, right up close in my face, eye to eye, and he said, "I want you to meet my friends." I was crying because of all the pain. I was thinking, surely he would notice how badly I was hurt and how badly my skin was wounded and torn. But he did not. I looked around, and it was a very crowded place. I had never been here, but I knew it was India. It had a horrible smell, and there were a lot of people everywhere, and I was following the Lord. He was not even looking at me. It was like he wanted me to feel the pain. There were little children everywhere. There were beautiful young girls in cages, and he was with each of them. He would just stand there with them. The seemingly forgotten of the earth were those whom the Lord called his friends. I saw children lying on the ground with flies on their skin. I saw them pass from this horrible life to the next, and the minute they awakened into eternity, he was there for each one. He was there. Not one of them is forgotten in his eyes. Not one of them. The sadness of what I was seeing, along with the agonizing pain of my body, left me crying and crying. The Lord came over to me, got right up in my face, and I thought it would be about me. I thought he would notice my pain. But he said, "Until your heart is torn and ripped like your flesh is now, you do not know my friends." It was absolutely more than I could take in. I was right there watching children die, mothers take their last breath, diseases spreading, and young girls being sold. And he kept saying, "Until your heart is torn and ripped like your flesh is now, you do not know my friends. You do not know me." Then, when I sunk into a heap of tears, to my surprise, he got right up into my face, eye to eye, and said in a low whisper, "It's time to dance." He said it like it was his secret weapon, the dance. He started doing this dance with his feet, like a stomping. Those perfect feet that revealed the very scars of death and life were dancing this rhythmic tribal stomp. The feet of the Lord who stomps out injustice. It was the most powerful dance and stomp I have ever witnessed. To watch the Lord himself, with the scars of passion, dance upon injustice of his friends. He said it again, "Until your heart is torn and ripped in two, you do not know my friends. You do not know me." Then he grabbed my hand again, and we headed right straight through the center of the earth. Again, I could feel the horrible pain of my skin, and flesh ripping and tearing off my bones, and that thunderous sound as we were blasting right through the earth. All of a sudden, we were standing in a doctor's office, like a clinic or something. My first thought was,